ladies and gentlemen. First, I would like to express my gratitude, and I'm very much honored to be part of this very important meeting. I would like to congratulate Minister Simovic for taking this very important initiative. I would like to thank Boban Ilic for responding and reacting promptly to what we discussed recently in Tirana about the need to foster regional collaboration. And here we are, we have a good startup, starting with a very important and very urgent issue, which is blue tongue. And as a matter of fact, we consider blue tongue, but not only blue tongue, other diseases which are related to climate change, which was indicated in his speech by Minister Simovic, but also by Boban. We are actually experiencing problems which we were not used to face in the past. Blue tongue is an indication of an emergent disease. Also, lumpy skin is an indication of emergent disease which are affecting our livestock. These are transboundary diseases. That means these diseases do not affect countries as a single countries, but they're a problem for the entire region. That is why they need to be addressed and tackled through joint effort. I am very much happy to see that Mr. Dilaveris from the European Commission is part of this very important meeting, because we need to discuss about common strategies, about common approaches of how to deal with such disease, to eradicate and control and prevent them, also through the help of the European Commission. As it was indicated, we need, of course, to have assistance from the EU, and the problem is that our institutions, diagnostic centers, need to have that kind of support, and that, of course, creates the needs of having a reference center from an EU country, which would act as a center where our regional labs would somehow collaborate by exchanging samples, by having joint training seminars, by developing joint strategies of controlling and eradicating blue tongue, lumpy skin, and other potential diseases which might arise in the future. I had the opportunity to meet the Federal German Minister of Agriculture, and I informed him that I was going to meet my colleague, Mr. Simovic, upon his invitation regarding issues related to the collaboration between countries in dealing with emerging disease like blue tongue. And the Minister of Agriculture offered the assistance of Germany. He indicated that Germany would be willing to provide assistance through a reference institute, through the Friedrich Loeffler Institute, and the president of the institute would be very much happy if our countries would agree to create a framework agreement to support all kinds of assistance, training, diagnostic facilities, and all the relevant assistance that might be required, not only for blue tongue or lumpy skis or also for other potential diseases that might affect our region in the future. On the other hand, as the minister indicated, this can pave the way for other initiatives in dealing with problems which have occurred between our countries from time to time, especially in facing the disputes that we have from time to time experienced regarding the free movement of goods, of agricultural products. And of course, we have our national laboratories which of course come out with results regarding the safety of these products, but in cases that we might incur into disputes, probably it would be good and advisable that we establish a reference center just in case that we are not able to solve on our own these disputes. This can, of course, help facilitate the free movement of goods, and also it would be a good thing for each country somehow to match or somehow to see or somehow to evaluate the accuracy and the reliability of the diagnostic test. I have tried to share the same opinion also with other colleagues from the region, with the Minister of Kosovo. I have tried to establish also contacts with the government of Macedonia, but they are about to have elections, so we have to wait for the new government to be created, and so we can, of course, somehow share this approach with the government of Macedonia. But I count very much on Boban Ilic, because he has been somehow, he acted as a catalyzer in that regard, and I hope, Mr. Minister, ladies and gentlemen, that we might come out with a joint stand at the end of this conference regarding common strategies, regarding common approaches, regarding the need of establishing a reference center for this emerging disease, and why not even for other problems which somehow might affect the free movement of goods and merchandises through our borders. Of course, we have a representative from the EU Commission, and of course, we hope that the EU Commission might take good notes of this very important initiative launched by the Minister Simovic, so that we can make some progress and, if possible, have also some kind of financial assistance to support these very important initiatives and of collaboration. As for the diseases affecting us, of course, we have more or less the same situation that Minister Simovic indicated. We were affected recently by lumpy skin disease, which created a lot of problems in our country as well. We have had so far 1,100 cattle which died because of disease, and we had, of course, many other cattle affected by the disease. We reacted promptly. I would like to thank the EU Commission for the support that they provided to all of our countries by sending first the vaccine needed and also helping with increasing our diagnostic capabilities. Of course, we have here the experts, which probably, I'm sure, they can work together to establish a roadmap on how we are going to deal with the disease in the future, but not only, but the focus of this meeting will be, of course, blue tongue, which is still a problem. It is affecting our countries, but it is spreading wide north. So you probably know that blue tongue has reached even Germany and other northern European countries. And that might be the case for lumpy skin as well. So it started affecting our region, now it's spreading north. I am sure that the specialists here know how it started. So it's a disease which was known to circulate only in the Middle East area. Then it crossed from the Middle East area to the European part of Turkey, moving Bulgaria, Greece, Macedonia, getting upwards, affecting Kosovo, entering Montenegro, Albania, and so we have it now in our region. It is very likely, because nobody knows, with these changes that we are having in our climate pattern, that the vector of disease might spread north and affect the EU countries as well. That is why it is not simply only a regional problem. We are gathered here because the disease has affected us. But it is a clear threat for the EU as a whole. That is why it is a European problem. It is not a Western Balkan problem. It's good that we convene here upon the invitation of the Minister and upon the very smart initiative undertaken by Boban and the Standing Working Group. But I think it should be considered a European problem. We might come out, I hope, with a unique stand through this meeting, indicating our will to collaborate, so the countries share the same approach in the need that we have to address these emerging diseases. I hope we might also take into consideration the proposal of the Federal Minister of Agriculture of Germany, who offered to provide a reputed center to assist in diagnosis, prophylactic measures, training, and all this for all the Western Balkan countries. And we might also share the same attitude for addressing the problems that we have had in the past regarding the free movement of agricultural goods in terms of the mutual recognition of phytosanitary certificates, methods of the analysis, and solving disputes with reference centers from the European Union. So I would like to thank again all of you, especially the representatives of the European Commission, the Minister of Agriculture of Montenegro, Mr. Boban Ilic, for organizing this very important meeting. I took good notes of what the Minister said, of what the representative of the EU Commission said about the ways that we should address this problem. And I can guarantee you that we will try to do whatever we can to come out with a joint approach and a joint strategy to control, prevent the spreading of this disease, which can create a lot of economic losses for our economies. Again, thank you again, and wish you big success for this important meeting. Thank you.